you guys are on the Ustream channel, let me know if you can see us. Check it out and let me know if we're live, because I'm like talking to myself when it's up and running here.
Hi everyone. I'm actually not going to do the recap until I can find out if we are actually linked in. As I put up earlier, bear with us because we are working with some new equipment and new to Ustream and getting their system to work in. So just bear with me a little bit here. I think we actually have it going here. Kuuleme and I did a live stream earlier. That stream is actually recorded and posted on my page, and I believe that Kuuleme had shared it over to her Facebook page, and it's in my Twitter page. So just wanted to do another recap because we both got messages from some of our friends that, you know, they were busy, they missed it, they were looking forward to joining us with the live stream, and so we're coming back to do a late night recap of Talk Thursday with the Last Civil Right Ladies on Ustream. So basically what I wanted to go over and, you know, just to get out the word about the Tanya Reeves press conference that we had earlier today, or excuse me, earlier last week. Kuuleme came out to join us in Chicago, Illinois for that as one of the last civil rights bloggers. And I'm just, you know, it was a very honored thing to be included with them in that. So, yep, our link is up, so I just double checked. And want to say hello to everyone. I would like to give a shout out to our friend Nicholas. Nicholas was one of my friends that messaged and said, I really wanted to see you, but I think he was grilling or barbecuing.
I think he's barbecuing.
So, anyways, we went to the Tanya Reeves press conference, which was put on in conjunction with the organization LEARN and the National Black Pro-Life Coalition. And Tanya Reeves, for those of you that don't remember, was a 24-year-old young black woman in Chicago who died from a botched abortion. Tanya Reeves left behind a 1-year-old son and a fiance and her other family members in the Chicago area. What we wanted to advocate for, since abortion is legal at this time, was that they should make abortion procedures a lot safer, that is actually performed by a true licensed, certified medical professional, a doctor at the very least. Tanya Reeves was in this center for 5 hours or more before they decided to deliver her to a local hospital. She was hemorrhaging, and when they actually dropped her off at the hospital, they didn't leave any specific details as to what was going on, what was wrong, no paperwork or anything. So, of course, the hospital themselves had to spend time doing ultrasounds, talking to her. I know it was stated on record that she kept saying she was in pain and a lot of pain. She had 2 preparations according to the autopsy report in her uterus, and she had hemorrhaged 1.5 liters of blood was found in her body cavity, and that's a lot of blood to lose there. And also, I was, along with Kuuleme, invited to speak. We left a recorded testimony on our position on abortion and the abortion industry through Planned Parenthood. And basically, just to recap a little bit of what I had stated, was that the war on women is on their womb, and in Illinois, they don't really inspect these places. You get more, you could be more assured that your nail salon was inspected more often than an abortion clinic, such as the one that was in Lincolnwood, Illinois, where they did an inspection and 10 years had passed. And in this newspaper article, the woman who owned the clinic stated, "I didn't appreciate a surprise inspection," and then she thought that the $36,000 fine they received for numerous infractions and violations was excessive, so therefore she closed the clinic down. So, it's a good victory, but 10 years between inspections, that's a huge risk to the number of women that were there. It should also be noted that it was stated that this clinic had refused to perform CPR on a patient that had needed CPR treatment. So, as you can see, Illinois is just an example. Nationwide, there are all sorts of atrocities in these baby butchering clinics across the nation. Kermit Gosnell was one of the cases recently that has brought all this to light for us. So, at any rate, Clem, did you want to say anything about the conference and everything that went on there?
The conference actually went really, really well. We got to meet a group of young people, which really surprised me because they're young, they're actually out in their community, and they're talking, they're getting out into the community and talking with people and helping out in the field, which is great to see. Right now I'm just checking to see if any of you guys online have any questions for us and see if there's anything you guys would like to talk about. That's why we opened this up, so we could actually talk with you guys and see if there was stuff that you would like to bring up and any questions you might have for us, because a lot of people don't do that. They don't ask their audiences what they would like to talk about, and that's what I'd like to know, is if anybody has anything to talk about tonight, anything on their minds, they have questions for us or anything. So just come on to the Facebook pages, ask us a question, we'll hit it. No matter what it is, don't be shy, bring it up.
I should also state that the young people, there were 2 young ladies there, and they were with an organization called Black People Against Abortion. I mean, it was really admirable to meet young adults who are out there, and they go into the neighborhoods, into the urban areas, and they advocate. They have a great website. It's called Black People Against Abortion. So check it out. I will post their link again. I had it up on my page a couple of days ago. I also have a video of Catherine Davis speaking once again at this conference. And if you've never heard her speak before, you definitely want to catch this video. I'll put that up later this evening for you. But yeah, as Clem said, we would love to hear any questions that anyone would have, and we can answer them. I know one of the topics I brought up earlier was in regards to the Trayvon Martin. I'll take it to Clem. She's got one.
Ed Springston, he'd like us to make some comments on the statement by juror B29 today. I posted about that on my Facebook page today. I think B29 is probably looking to write a book. Normally they wouldn't be talking so soon, especially about a case that was so racially motivated, because even in the article that ABC put out, she fears for her life, didn't want her face to be shown, but yet she still wants to come out and let everybody know what her feelings were. I noticed the ABC with their title, they came out and stated that, let me look and see what she said. They said, they gave a misleading title when they brought it out and said that, oh, here it is. They said, Zimmerman juror says he got away with murder. That's not exactly what they said. The title was great, you know, and everything to get people's attention. But that's not what the juror actually said. If you read the article, the juror actually was saying that by law, he did not commit murder, but maybe in her heart she might have thought that way, but the law doesn't work that way. You have to go by the law when making the decision of whether they're guilty or innocent. So as far as my feelings on it, and even her own feelings, B29, she even said that she thought the case was brought to trial because it was motivated for the press. It was something to get out there just for attention. So that's my feelings on it. I don't know about that. What do you think?
My feelings on it is that she's looking to cash in on having been a juror for one of the hottest court cases in America. But also, while we're on that, I wanted to bring up something that it's just a personal irritant of mine. Maybe someone else is irritated, but a lot of people are stating that that the trial wasn't fair towards Martin. Well, I kind of beg to differ because I think Zimmerman, a lot of people said a jury of his peers. I find that ironic. It was 6 women, I believe. It was 6 women, and I believe 5 were mothers. So, granted, they had to go by what the definition of the charges that were possible that he could be, the law would define them as. And so, therefore, yes, if you're going strictly by the law and following those true definitions, then, they found him not guilty. So, but, it could have swung any way by emotion or just the slightest, ticking point that the prosecution could have proved their case. That's just my feeling on it. So when I hear things about the trial wasn't fair to Martin, I think, they had stacked that jury. As a mother myself with a teenager and a grade schooler, it would be hard to sit in there and, you think to yourself, everyone has the right to defend themselves, but it was a grown man and a young, so that's why I have stayed out of that and said it's a tragedy all the way around. And if the charges do not stick based on the definition of how the law was written, then it is what it is. Also, I want to make the point, they're not going after the stand your ground law in Florida. I think that I posted earlier today an article from the Florida Sentinel that had also linked in data from the Times paper that shows that 63% of the cases where it is blacks using stand your ground for defense, they win their cases under it. And I think people need to actually look at that first before they take away something that has been just as fair. They said in the article equal. There's a little slight advantage, and believe it or not, the advantage is towards blacks using the stand your ground law, in Florida.
Ed, why does the MSN continue to pursue a racist agenda? The closest thing right now is if you look at everything that's within the MSM right now, the whole thing is made to be divisive. They want the people to erupt. That's the liberal agenda at work there. They want the people to be upset. They want the people to go into a state of, frenzy to where they will have a good chance of locking us down. That's my opinion. They want to push for martial law because if they can get martial law, then guess what? Then we're all screwed. With race is the easy hot button for everybody because we have those race baiters like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton who'll get up on their little pedestals and preach and rally all the Hispanics. Well, at times it will be the Hispanics and the blacks all together against race and everything. And it's an easy hot button to push. So when you look at it in the MSM, like look at B29 today. The whole time we were looking at juror B29, she had been put out in the public as just a Hispanic juror, a Hispanic female juror. Well, today everybody found out she's not really Hispanic. She's a mixed breed. She's black and Hispanic. She's Puerto Rican.
Watch it with that mixed breed.
Yeah, I know. We can watch the mixed breed stuff because we're mixed breeds too. But they want to keep that fear and that thing going. As long as they can keep that fear going with the minorities of the big bad white wolf, I guess you would like. That's the best way I can put it. Then they have a better chance of stirring up everybody, and then the liberal agenda has a better chance of winning. If they can shut the conservatives up, they don't care that there's minorities on the Republican side or even on the conservative side. They want to shut them up and shut them up quick. By focusing on race, that's how they can do that. And they can shut everybody out, even your black conservatives like me and Babette or any minority conservative, they can shut down because then their own people turn against them and like, oh, you're not black and you hate your race, or you're not Hispanic and you're self-hating, things like that, so they can get those shut down, and then the liberal agenda will just keep going and going and going.
That is true. That is very true. Also, earlier today, I had a question that asked if I was really conservative, or was I a liberal plant by my cousin Eric Holder. And I will assure you that I am truly a conservative. Colleen has been in my house long enough. She's even seen where we still have a Bush bumper sticker.
And a Romney sign.
And Romney signs and stickers and everything around the house. But no, I'm not a liberal plant. I don't think I could stomach it. I couldn't do it. So I really am a conservative. The reason I chose conservatism is that is the way I grew up. My parents were Democrats. They voted D, but they lived their life as a conservative their whole life. If it wasn't for the show Family Ties and a speech coach of mine who was actually a state legislator at the time, Mr. John Glenn Schneider, who was a legislator for the Democrat Party, he would look at my persuasive, argumentative speeches and say, you're a conservative, you're a Republican, because even then, on issues that I would pick, for some reason I was always drawn to controversial stuff like, why are there no seatbelts on school buses, or, anything like that. Why don't we have a national curfew? Because even back then, you would hear, when I was growing up, we were big readers of the newspaper, and you would read articles about children out in the street in the city of Chicago. So I guess the way I viewed things and looked at things, I looked at safety, and I would always have these, I think they were harebrained looking back now, but schemes on entrepreneur ideas, and I think some are actually big $1 million makers than other people. So I was always told I was a conservative, or back then they would say Republican. You heard the word Republican more than conservative now. So.
You wanted to know about why it's not such a big deal with the black on black crime. We've been bringing that up. People like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson get the limelight. Those are your race baiters. They're going to get the limelight. Those of us that are out there talking about, we brought this up earlier, about where were these black pastors, where were all these people that jumped on board this Trayvon Martin thing before the Martin case popped up. Because they only pop up when there's money to be made, when it's race baiting time, when they to pull out their race card, go waving it and yell racism. But they're nowhere to be found before that in our black communities and out in the field, in the ghettos, in the churches, in the anywhere in the communities. Had they started preaching, the good stuff, the good morals, the good traditional values, everything good, staying in school, things like that, before all this tragedy hit, we may be looking at a whole different thing, a whole different scenario. But that's not the case, and the media likes to focus on those people, those race baiters and things like that. I know Riley just brought it up the other day in his feed. He said, well, there are no black leaders that are good to stand out in front of, and take over. Well, O'Reilly was wrong there. That was the only thing I disagreed with him on the show the other night, was because he was wrong there. There are black leaders out there that are saying the right things, that are doing the right things, that are encouraging good out in the communities. But O'Reilly and Fox and everybody else aren't focusing on those people. MSNBC, CNN, they're not focusing on the good blacks that are out there. They'd rather focus on these race baiters and have their voices out there. So it seems like they're louder, but they're actually not, because we're still getting our work done. We're still changing hearts and minds, regardless of who they shove in front of a TV camera.
If it's one person at a time, then so be it. I think also I agree with Colleen. We need more media outlets ourselves for those of us who can advocate and show that there are more black leaders out there. For instance, with our pastors, I'm not sure exactly, because I really didn't see a lot of airtime. I thank ABC Local News Chicago for coming out, but, why didn't you give us the airtime that you kept playing the same little short snippets that you would get over something that Jesse Jackson Sr. or Al Sharpton might have said. I just want to give a shout out to my friend Daniel Ladolfi. He gave me some words of encouragement on my feed here for the live stream, and thank you so much, Daniel.
And hey, Shay, I saw you pop in. You're like, finally a voice with a picture. Hey, how you doing? We see you out there. We're looking. We can see when you guys are popping in the feeds and stuff.
Right.
Just anytime for anybody else that's popping in, just if you have a question, just message us on Facebook or put it in the feed, and we'll answer any questions you guys may have. That's why we do this, so you guys can actually get a real response and look and see that we're real people, because a lot of times we get questions like, oh my gosh, are you guys real? Yeah, we're very real.
We're very real. We're very out there in our communities. For those of you who aren't aware of it, I'm elected, we go on ballot, precinct committeeman in my township in Illinois, part of the DuPage County, and which is a nice big county. Colleen's also a precinct committeeman in her county, right? You guys go by, they go more by counties in Arizona at this time because, as you know, nationwide, the liberals did a lot of that rezoning, redistricting, so it's kind of thrown everyone off, but I also wanted to bring up what...
Shay wants to know when we're coming to Dallas. Actually, Shay, I was just in Dallas not that long ago. When we get invited places, we go wherever they want to bring us to speak and to talk with people. So if you know anybody out there in Dallas who wants to invite us out there and bring us out there to Dallas, we will be more than happy to come out there your way. I was just there for a family vacation, so, and then reunion, and then we had a funeral too. So, but anytime, if you know anybody who wants us to come out there, tea parties, any conservative events that you guys would like us to speak at, let us know. Just message us and we'll come running.
Oh, I would love to be in Dallas, Shay. So we have a lot of friends out there too that I would like to see. We have friends in Dallas. We have friends in the DFW area. So I'd be happy to come out there with Kuuleme and speak to you. I'm not going to Texas by myself, y'all. Gotta bring my partner. And yes, I do say y'all in real life, and I'm not a Texan. So that's pretty much, I don't think I have any more questions or anything else I would want to wrap up to say, just, keep everything going. We could use your support. And
Hi, Wanda Allen. I saw you just popped in too.
Yeah, and I want to say hello to Jimmy. Jimmy just popped in and said great job, but I think that's going to be pretty much the wrap up. I've got Kuuleme here for another couple of days. Couple of things we have to do. She's going to actually help me out. She's going to be with me at our Republican booth at our county fair on Saturday. So you never know. We might actually do a little bit of a recording from there. It should be interesting. I hope they put us across from the Democrats because I always have a good time.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
But you guys take care. Have a good night. And in the future, if you want anything, any topics or anything you would like for us to discuss, I don't think we're going to be able to get together and do Talk Thursdays together.
So we'll do them separate.
But we'll do them from separate locations. But shoot us any topics or questions or issues, and we'll try and get them on the air for you. Thank you.
Have a good night, guys. Bye.